We are going to miss him incredibly.
3 families, 2 of them grieving, one wondering what the future will hold. Their lives changed forever in these twisted shards of metal and plastic. There are so many unanswered questions, like why was 21-year-old Eric Johnston driving? He had a restricted license and was only allowed to drive to work or school. And it was 17-year-old Michael DeMonte's mother's car anyway. And why wasn't anyone, including the only survivor, 16-year-old Drake Boyer, wearing a seatbelt?
Young kids, I think sometimes they feel infallible, and when they're out there driving around, they don't realize the serious nature of driving that vehicle itself.
None of it makes any sense. Neighbors wonder what they were doing out at 2 a.m. on a school night. Investigators say they found alcohol in the car, but it's not clear whether anyone had been drinking. Friends said they had been hanging out, and in the moments before the crash, decided to run out for cigarettes.
He called me and I didn't answer the phone, and lucky I didn't, because he would have said, come on, let's go, and then I would have been in the car with him.
And probably would not survive. The car was speeding on a dirt road when it hit these train tracks. We will never know if Johnston intended to get air or bump jump, as it's called, but neighbors say this is an area where kids do that. And our Problem Solver investigation nearly 5 years ago found that kids don't realize the danger of losing control when they hit the air.
A lot of kids come down here and jump the tracks, They get behind the wheel, oh, look what I can do, burn out, peel out, boom, next thing you know, you're in a car accident.
The car clipped the fence first, but that wasn't enough to slow it down. You can see here the tracks across this lawn and then the tree where the car finally ended up. Investigators say the people in the front seat never had a chance. Drake Boyer was pinned under the back seat. He lived with serious head injuries, but only because of this woman who saw the crash, then saw flames coming from the engine. She got a fire extinguisher and put the fire out, never realizing there was another victim still in the car. Didn't know until a policeman came back to tell her.
And he goes, did you know that you saved that kid's life? And I'm like, no. But I don't see it as doing anything different for anybody else.
Tonight, friends and family members will hold a candlelight vigil at the high school to remember the young men. And people who live nearby hope they will also remember them every time they themselves get behind the wheel. Carrie Birmingham, Fox 2 News.